Thrilled to be back in Oklahoma City. The Thunder ready for that home court advantage.
And this is a great chance, Kevin, for this team to establish some home court dominance. Long stand coming up in front of them, and an easy way to try and build some momentum.
Now, here is Young. In the corner, it's Harris. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree.
Amongst the best hitting the offensive glass, Whiteside can pile up those second chance points.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I did speak briefly with Oklahoma City's head coach. He said he honestly doesn't know what to expect. This is the first meeting between these two teams this year, so there'll be some feeling out at the beginning. But he told me sometimes that's when we're at our best. Relying on instincts and awareness at the offensive end. Kevin, we'll see if that holds true.
Thanks for the report, DA. Looking to get into a rhythm early, Greg, with their shooting.
And I think to get into a good flow, you need to get everyone involved, even if it's as a facilitator.
Yeah, and shot selection will be of the utmost importance. Now, look, you got to stay patient, explore your options within the flow of the offense.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Pass to Bay. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. From deep. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Plays like that are what make Durant impossible to guard. You just can't deal with this pull-up jumper.
And a bounce-back season for Whiteside. Got the minutes he wanted with Portland and showed he could still be an impact player.
Yes, yeah, he showed he's still a monster when it comes to blocks and rebounds. This year will be the most telling with Whiteside. We got a new deal. I want to see if he keeps pushing himself or reverts to lazy play.
Here's Young, following the score by DeJounte Murray. Pass to Stewart. Into the lane. Here's Bay. Just 4 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And here's Reddish. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now Young. Driving to the basket. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Sinks the three-pointer.
But the D didn't do a good enough job on him. He could be an ace when he gets a good look at three.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
Now, here is Young. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Stewart. And the Thunder, another three.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
Takes it out to Siakam. Outside, KD. A 3 ball. Clock at 6. Now here's Whiteside. There's the 3. Chicago now working with the new shot clock. Over to the left wing. Two for one chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Harris, good.
This is what the play is designed to do. Space the floor. Get Harris a look that he likes.
And Murray, here we go. Going inside. Outside for Durant. Plays it up and banks it in. Durant's got 10 points in the game.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Young outside. Here's Bay. And the Thunder, another 3.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Yeah, so far, both teams have been outstanding. At the offensive end, we got a lot of game left to play.
Plenty of offense in this. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Chicago.
They're doing great work on the boards in the early going, especially at the offensive end. Those second chance points are starting to add up.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
They now take the lead. Horford's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Thunder.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Hayward on the wing. Pass to Bembry. Fires from deep. Drills it from outside.
Right back at you. You knew Hayward didn't like being scored on. He hits a 3 of his own.
And a move Hayward perfected last season, coming to a full stop in the lane and hitting that little short jumper.
Yeah, Greg. I mean, he'd stop and defenders would just keep going. Every player uses different tactics to create separation. For Hayward, that became his go-to move off the bounce.
And the layup is good. Hayward's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Such a high basketball IQ. Hayward knows where his help is coming from. He makes the right choice with the drive.
You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
championship night. I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Didn't miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today, but, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, yeah, got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face. Yeah.
Ouch. Back to Young. To the inside. McGee with the block.
Oh, this is McGee's role. He's out here to defend and to stifle shooters whenever he can.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
McGee in the corner. Back to Hayward. Driving the lane, and it's blocked. There's the lob for Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
Maybe we all know Harris as a shooter, but he can still get up.
Down low, out to the wing, pass to Hayward. It's hauled in by Stewart. Thunder trailing by 4. Harris, right side. Backs in, coming off the assist from Young. 8 points for Tobias Harris.
He's improving from distance. Now, that's one of the things Harris has worked on, and the work has paid off.
So for the Bulls. And the second season for Trae Young, just unreal. Pulling off amazing performances at such a young age. Greg, just how good do you think he can be?
You know, Kevin, Young will be viewed as a top point guard in this league for a long time. When it's all said and done, might be one of the best point guards in league history. Certainly is on his way to being one of the best shooters to ever play.
His three-point game is heating up. That's his second three of the quarter, third overall.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. With the stoppage last season, the Bulls still became center stage after the release of the documentary The Last Dance, which covered their 6 titles with Michael Jordan in 8 seasons. There was record viewership, including most NBA players tuning in. Dynasties like those never lose their luster. Kevin?
Well said, D.A. Thanks. Now here's Durant. 14 points for him. Murray, no good.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
And here's DiVincenzo from the arc.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Yeah, Whiteside won't allow that. You have to work way harder to outplay a blocker of his talent.
34 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Young in the corner. Pass to Bay. The 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Bay's got 6.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And the shot goes down.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off, and the D is struggling to keep up.
And here is Brogdon. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Curry, good.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's Tobias Harris, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. Back to the action after this word. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Now, here's Brogdon. Right side Curry. 6 on the shot clock. And the foul on Cam Reddish. That's his first foul. Here's Young. Inside. Harris draws the double. Pass to Young. Just 5 on the clock. A 3 for DiVincenzo. Not going to go that time. Good D by Siakam. Durant down low. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
And KD throws it down.
And what about Durant? Time and time again, keeping himself involved, creating second chance opportunities.
Chicago calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Second shot opportunity. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
When KD gets it in that close to the rim, you're out a good option. He's so good. I mean, sometimes you just give him the foul. You just give the foul.
And the first one drops.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
The Thunder with another miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Here's Young. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket.
And Durant had that fire in his eyes there that he was going to bother that shot at all costs.
Second chance shot. And he sinks the layup. KD's got 7 now in this quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside. It's working like a charm. And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Again, Durant missing.
Can't quite find his 3-point touch in the second half yet. He had 2 in the first half, but still none since the break.
Back to Harris to end the run. Harris missing again.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
And they go to the intentional foul. KD looking around. Right side of screen. And KD good for 3. And now a 10-point Bulls lead. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince Strong that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint.
And they're not having as much success from long range as they did in the first half.
.122 left here in the third quarter. 5 to shoot. They need this one. And it's Durant with the rebound.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
Now Curry. Following the three-point attempt by DeJounte Murray. It's Curry with the drive. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Outside Durant. Puts up a three. The Thunder pull it in.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Jones with it. Now guarded by Murray. Here's Curry with the three. The Thunder with another miss.
That's the art of rebounding in the nutshell. Box out, hold your ground, and all in the miss.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. For Chicago, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Oh, the skill, length, time. Durant, he's special in all those categories. He can dominate on both ends.
Brogdon with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Jones, no longer.
Love the versatility of Horford as a defender. He can guard a number of positions and still contest shots.
And so it's Chicago. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Pass to Tucker. Nice move. Here's Bembry. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's Hayward. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And a little rescue act right there. Almost all zeros on the shot clock until Hayward comes along to save the day.
Here's Stewart. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Chicago leading by 13. Pass to McGee. Frazier right side. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
He had a nice open look right there.
Every season, I mean, Harris seems to enhance his offensive attack. He knows how important it is to keep getting better and better and better. Well, there are a few players in the league that can match McGee's athleticism. I mean, his whole career, he's been a class above with his speed and lead. He'll make the most of it on both ends of the court.
And see, Webb, you mentioned it with JaVale McGee. His vertical is off the charts.
Oh, yeah, he can get to alley-oops, that nobody else can. The length and bounce he has is jaw-dropping. I mean, same goes for his shot blocking abilities, and he ties it up. He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And that's an intentional foul. So for the Bulls. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. And Durant launches from deep. To the paint.
내 새끼야.
Deflects the pass.
아우.
And the jam by Whiteside.
This is the 7-foot difference from Whiteside. Able to reach up and go to work right over the defense.
Pass to Stewart. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Young looking it over. Shot clock at 5. And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
감오름 빅다.
Another
감오름 빅다.
bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
The way he's firing from 3 today, they ought to keep riding.
Tries again.
제발.
It's Durant with the drive. Tries yet again. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Whether it's that sweep through or up fake, Durant has always been canny about luring defenders into fouls.
Been a lot of talk, Greg, about in-season tournaments in the NBA to spur fan interest. The proposal was tabled for a bit. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, cash prizes for the players and coaching staffs, that always seems like a good idea. I just wonder, Kevin, if they're going to be any cash prizes for the broadcasters.
I hope
now
so.
I think they're on to something. We could get that. And, you know, but in all seriousness, we see that in soccer, right? And it seems to work well. And I think if it can spur some more interest from fans, then I'd be all for it.
Yeah, the fans love it watching soccer. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Young. Here's Stewart for the 3.
내 새끼야.
It's stolen by
아우.
Reddish. Here's Murray driving inside.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Bulls.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kevin Durant.
No fatigue in this fella tonight. Tireless. Grinding out
Rebound,
every
새끼야.
possession and leading their offense.
And that long rebound just falls right back into their hands. That'll reset the shot clock.
A go-to shot for KD. I mean, his catch-and-shoot jumper is butter.
And Curry, here we go. To the wing right side. Horford. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Pass to Reddish. Here's Siakam. And here's Whiteside. Launches it. And Kevin Durant, good for 3. Durant's got 39.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Oklahoma City moving it around. Lets it go from deep. Thunder with the rebound. Outside, Jones. To halt the run. And so Oklahoma City again turning it over.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's Murray. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't.
형 어떻게 해야 되나? 형이 한계가 있어. 제로 포인트?